Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Tia Rogers, guys, and hopefully the good. And welcome to Finding Your Way Blueprint for all those that are embarking on a new journey, um, exploring new avenues, new ways of creating yourself, and creating a new way of life, creating your own income. Uh, Congratulations, you're now living life on your own terms. So it's a big choice you just made. So I'm very proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself. Um, I'm going to share a little something. Congratulations on betting on you guys. Congratulations. Life is like a mathematical equation with many variables that can change the outcome of the life equation. More than 189 million Americans have credit card debt on average. Each household with credit cards carry $8,398 in debt. American census found that 8.5% of the US population went without medical insurance for all of 2018, up from 7.9% in 2017. 2019 average credit card debt, according to Experian of American households, carried $6,194 and has dropped within the past year. Credit card debt has decreased by 9%, bringing the total U.S. outstanding credit card debt to $756 billion, the lowest point since 2017. Are you ready to take control of your life by building a debt-free, credible building life for you and your family? Well, we want to get out of debt, right? We don't want to have that there's a debt to income ratio. And if you have more debt than you have income, how do you balance that out? How do you create an environment where you can begin to get yourself out of debt and start increasing your life, where you can build a savings, possibly get rid of some debt, pay some bills off. And if you need attorney advice, who do you know that you could get those type of services and or answers to the questions that you might have? You have to search a little bit, guys. So in your search, you don't have to go very far. UWE, United Wealth Education, has a great um, financial services, restoration services in place. But before we get to there, I just wanted to share this with you. I just wanted to make sure that you're aware that if you do have a low credit score, or you're looking to increase your credit or get better, please get back to me, and I'll be glad to show you, invite you to a live presentation and or event that may possibly help you and change your life for the better. But that's up to you to decide. So becoming a better person. How do we become a better person? How do we become better in our finances? How do we become better in our relationships? How do we become better in our careers that we choose? How do we become better at life, period? It starts with being one with nature. And as you become one with nature, it's very simple. It's very, very simple. Being one with nature. The wind blows when it blows. The sun rises when it rises. The moon comes up when the moon comes up. The weather does what it does, all beyond our control, all by the forces of the great being. But how is our state of being? Who are we being? Um, I know that financial hardships can affect who you're being. how you're being, what you're feeling, the different emotions that you can go through. Having, say you have a job, you get paid weekly or bi-weekly, whatever your income is. And let's say we got an income range anywhere from, let's say, especially if you're just starting out, we'll say anywhere from 1800 $1,800 for the month or less, or anywhere from, let's say, 1,800 to $50,000 a year, anywhere within there. You could possibly find yourself in a situation where a financial crisis could come up. And how does that make you feel? Do you feel defeated by the challenges that you're having in your finances? Or do you feel as though that this is something that you can kind of get a grasp on and figure out the steps that you need to take to start getting it out of the way? And all of that plays a part in our health and wellness. Are we healthy enough to do the things that may need to be done, whether it's working 2 jobs instead of 1 job? Do you have the savings or resources to even begin to create your own? And sometimes it doesn't really require you to have money to create your own. If you're a crafty person, you can, if you're good with your hands and you can sew, or you can knit, or you can make beautiful decorations that brings beauty and joy to others. There's many things. A hairstylist. Can you braid hair? Are you a caregiver of your loved ones, or in a facility? Your well-being is the most important thing, because it's going to drive how you go. It's going to drive what you think and how you behave. So if we're having financial issues and we're trying to live our best life, it's kind of hard to live your best life and your money's not right. So, and bringing all that together and being in tune with who you are now and who are you becoming, or who do you desire to become, there's a path to getting there. And what are those steps? Is it getting financial services? Is it getting personal counseling? Is it taking a course to improve your skills? Is it going to a training that will enhance some of the skills that you already have, that's going to put you in a better position, whether you're trying to get a raise or move to another position, or you just want to relocate and just do something different? All of that is going to require a thought process, and your financial status, whether it's poor or great, it's going to affect how you behave, how you think about it. What are the messages that you receive over your growth of childhood? Because we discussed about messages. And feel free to go back and review any of the YouTube channels that I have, because there's plenty of nuggets in them for whatever area you're going to go into, or whatever you would like to do. I try to make sure that it covers all bases, because everyone is not meant to be a business person, but we're all trying to create the best life that we can, and we cannot do that without a plan. So you have to create a plan, but how are we going to create that plan, and how well equipped are we to carry that plan out should turbulence come along? Because life on life terms, with some situations we're powerless over, and we are limited as far as the control. But what we're not limited over is how we react to that situation, and how we overcome that situation, how we choose to overcome that situation. So in present life, takes us right into the next one. Life challenges, obstacles, they're going to come. But what are the thoughts in your head while you're going through those challenges? Are you already feeling depleted? Are you already feeling that you don't have enough, you're not enough, there's no way that you could do it? But while you're having those thoughts, I want to ask you, how do you know you can't do it if you never tried it? And if you've never tried something different than what you're already doing, how do you know whether it works or it doesn't work? You won't, right? So you have to try something. So in your outline of your plan of your life, of how you're going to move forward and becoming a better person and creating a better life for you and your family, you're going to have to outline a plan to overcome your challenges, obstacles. Um, and what might that be? What does it look like to you? Um, I don't I don't want to answer those questions, but I could share with you a story of how my outline plan to overcome some of the obstacles and challenges that I had. I've shared with you all before that I was a young mom of two, and married twice and divorced. So there was a flexibility in the income. Being a young mom, I worked jobs, but they were low paying minimum wage jobs, but they were jobs nonetheless to earn money. And as time grew on, raising the children, I realized that the only way that I was going to increase the quality of life was to better myself. And bettering myself for me looked like going to college and earning a degree, educating myself in the field of human services, addictions counseling, because I want to help people. And my years of service has shown me that the person has to want to help themselves. And if they want it, then we can give them all the tools that they need to go and begin to create the life that they choose to live. But they have to want to do it for themselves. No matter how much we want and we do, and then there's some things that we can kind of help situate and put in place for them, but for the most part, it's going to be them that makes the changes out of their lives. And I've seen people's lives change, over my terms of service. And it's a beautiful thing. It is challenging because you have to begin by changing your thoughts. Instead of thinking negative, start thinking positive. Stop thinking I can't and start thinking I can. Stop thinking I don't have enough. Think if your income is not where it needs to be for you to make certain moves, don't think that you don't have it, that I'm broke. No, think how am I going to be able to do what I'm going to do, XYZ, whatever it is. And you will see those thoughts will begin. If you think these thoughts every day, you will see a change in your thought patterns. You will see a change in your actions as you're going. And that is very important. Oh Lord, I forgot something here, guys. Hold on one moment. So sorry. Sorry, my apologies. Trying to get everything all together here, and sometimes just a little, uh, just a little, blah 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 blah. Forgive me, guys. I'm mumbling here. I kind of like don't have so well, still don't have that. Anyway, not going to take up any more of your time. But you get the point that you have to save up for certain events and things that you want to do in your life, and have them begin to change. And although obstacles are going to come, but it's how you react to those um, situations that come in your life. So you want to be the best you that you can be. You want to create the best plan that you can create. However, in planning, I want you to be gracious with yourself. And I want you to kind of leave yourself some flexibility in your plan, because there may be sometimes some things you might have to change or tweak a little bit as you're building. You know, is it creating a savings plan? Is it creating a get out of debt plan? Is it I'm gonna go back to school to build me a career plan? Is it I'm gonna purchase me a home or give me my first apartment? Is it I'm gonna get me a car? Um, is that I'm gonna get up and relocate to a whole nother state. Whatever it is, sit down and write out your plan about it. And be real with yourself. It helps a lot. Um, then, while you're doing all that, I want you to explore the gems within you. What resources do you have that are workable and tangible? What capabilities, what skills, what resources, who do you know? Or do you know where to go? Who do you know, and do you know where to go to get the help that you're seeking? And in doing so, also evaluating, where you are presently, because financial hardship can take you for a tailspin. I like to call it the whirlwind. Uh, as you know, I started my business. Um, After losing my parents. So there was a lot of grief there. And then I've had like a lot of losses back to back. And anyone that has ever suffered losses back to back, you lose one person this year, then maybe 2, 3 months down the line, you lose another person. The next year, then you lose another person, or every 5 years, you're losing someone close to you. So it kind of has this effect on you. And then still in all, you're still living your life, being a parent, being a spouse, being a sibling, being who you are, being a coworker, or whatever it is that you're being, a business owner. Life can take its toll on you, and grief is it's a it's it's a feeling that we all feel at periods in our life, and it's a challenge to work through it, because no one can tell you how long you can grieve. No one can tell you how to get over your loss. That's something that I feel personally that you have to work within yourself. You have to really do the hard work and go in and evaluate your life. Look at where you are. Yes, you lost these these loved ones, people that you cared about, but in the scheme of losing these people, what gifts did they give you? What tools did they leave you behind? What words of encouragement did they tell you along the way? And yes, they're gone, but you're still here. You're here. Your life matters, and you have to live. And this is something that I had to tell myself every day, that I still have to live. No matter how hard it gets, I have to live. And a whirlwind was going on around me. A lot of things were going on. I did not understand what was going on, but I had to navigate through them. And I still had to get up and do everything that I had to do every day, like we all do. But I knew that it had to be a better way. I knew that one day it was going to be a better day. I was not going to have to live with a lot of sadness and fear and being ashamed, or um, some of the feelings that we can kind of carry with us along the way, that we picked up along the journey from different life experiences. We have to be able to evaluate them, separate them, identify where these feelings are coming from, and then begin to break it down and understand ourselves, and what is it that we need to give ourselves that we would give to others without even thinking about it. You have to give it to yourself and work it in your everyday life. And if it's as small as getting up every morning and just making your bed, if that's your challenge, if that's your challenge, and you accomplish that goal every day, and you get up and you make that bed every day, you have successfully completed that task. You successfully completed something new. Simple as that, guys. Simple. Anything that you do constantly repetitive, it will change the momentum. It will change the motion of your life. It will change the direction of your life. Each day when you're trying to do something different, don't be afraid to try something new. How much time will you need to set your plan into action? Well, that depends on what your plan is, how large your plan is, and what steps you need to take to get there. Starting out, I started out small, and it kind of grew from there. So now I'm here before you, and I'm doing my best to explain the process of which I've gone through. And I'm just sharing it because, I went through a lot of emotional growth as a being, and being a woman and already being an emotional being. I really had to learn to get a control on that and learn how to navigate and not allow things to stop me from doing what I desire to do. Not all the time did I have a plan as to how I was going to do it, but I knew I had to do something. So the first thing in anything is start. You start with writing it down. Once you write it down, you find out what steps you need to take to complete the first task. Take that first task. It might take you a week, 2 weeks. Some might even take you 30 days. But if you're working on that particular task for 30 days, you will see a change. You will see that even through the rough times when you don't really feel like it, that you will still get up and you will do what you need to do to move you forward, because you know that getting up and doing what you need to do and moving forward is going to be the best thing for you. So as we're developing and becoming a better person, we're going to look at our well-being. We want to check out our thoughts. We want to make sure that we're having positive thoughts and we're telling ourselves, we're empowering ourselves and letting ourselves know that you have everything that you need. You just have to figure out how to put it all together and bring it together. Right now you have a jigsaw puzzle. So while you're at the jigsaw puzzle, have some fun, enjoy it, and start putting your pieces of the puzzle together. Most people, I'm not a jigsaw puzzle person, but most puzzle people start with putting their edges out. They're filling out the edges and filling in from there. So they put their outline out, which is your plan. Then you just fit the pieces in, and then you'll see as you go on, as you're being intentional about doing new steps every day, that you will begin to see a change over time. Sometimes you see a change instantaneously, and other times you might not see the change until further down the line. But it all depends on your circumstances, situation, where you are in your life, what part of your life are you in? Are you young? Are you middle-aged? Are you older? Because that's going to determine your needs and your desires and what your hopes and ambitions are, because we change over time as we evolve as adults. And how committed are you to yourself? See, you got to be pretty committed to yourself to bet on yourself, because you know that whatever you're working towards, it's going to be you that's going to do it. It's not going to drop in your lap. It's not going to show up at your door. It may invite you to come out and participate, but then again, that's up to you. So, becoming a better person. Life is mathematical equations. Being committed to ourselves, overcoming obstacles, and changing our brains. Doing meditation, having morning prayer, taking a few moments throughout your day, because sometimes your day gets busy, and it's nothing wrong if you, if where you're at, you're maintaining. If you're maintaining and you're doing well, that's fine too. But if at some point you become not satisfied in that area, or you're not comfortable anymore, you know how sometimes you just feel like you're not comfortable? You feel like you should be doing something more. You should be somewhere else. Maybe you should listen and explore that feeling. Look at the gems within you, because that's how you're going to grow. So that's the first part, guys. So if you will stick with me, we'll navigate through and we'll try to work this out. And at any time, peer-to-peer counseling is available through lifeguides.com. You can go to lifeguides.com and schedule an appointment. 30-minute session, guys, 30-minute session. And if you want to explore further, we can, definitely. But in finding your way, blueprint, you will know that you will come to understand that what you don't understand now, don't fret too much over it, because as you continue on, it all will become clear. It will come together for you, and your puzzle will soon begin to develop into a picture, and it will all make sense. But it will not make sense if we don't take the time to take care of ourselves along the journey. Self-care is very important, and being able to give of yourself to others. Sometimes it's hard, because everyone's not open and receiving to it. Everyone may not want to hear what you got to say, but your story is your story, and someone out there, your story could definitely help someone else. Like, I hope that my story helps someone else. I'm very honored and proud, so grateful and thankful to be where I am right now. Because it's a journey. It's a journey, guys. And like I said, I invite you to join me on YouTube. Invite you to join me on Facebook as we begin this journey into finding our way life blueprint. Because as you find your way, you'll discover that you are the greatest being that God ever created. Your life is going to be fabulous. You know why? Because you're the creator of it, and you're going to create it specially designed uniquely for you. And it's going to be an honor to be a part of that journey. So with that being said, I always, always, always invite you to come join me, be my guest for a live overview of services and products. I'm trying to figure some things out, and I know y'all tired of hearing it. I know y'all tired of hearing it, and I'm tired of saying it, but it is what it is. And as I put all this together to bring to you, the most key parts I want you to take away from it, if nothing else, is your life is your life, and only you can make it the best life that you can make it. If you happen to be going through challenges, I'm here to tell you that you can overcome your challenges. But first, you have to be able to be real with yourself so that you can address the areas that need to be addressed and begin and grow and develop with you as you're learning and growing and evolving. Yes, it might sound a little bit like multitasking, but it is because we're three-dimensional. Yes, you can do one thing and focus on that, and that's great for those that have that ability, that where they can just concentrate on the one thing and focus on that. And there's times that you have to focus on just one thing at a time. There's no way you can build it all at one time. Like, come on now, let's not be unrealistic. So we know that we have to build one at a time. So in building one at a time and focusing our attention, doesn't mean that you're not going to be doing other things, but don't let those other things distract you or take you away from your goal. Once you set your goal, once you write your plan and you set your goal and how you're going to get there, stick to it. Stick to it. We'll talk about more as we go along, um, because there's a process of finding your way. There's times when the path is clear, and there's times where the path, you can't see the forest for all the trees, and then there's the gaps in between. So with that being said, I want to thank you very much for your time, and I will be coming back to you soon again. Um, and if you like this content, please feel free to leave something underneath. And if it's not making sense to you, share that too. That's fine. That helps me to become better as I navigate my way through this. And at any time, feel free to purchase Finding Your Way when you decide that you will make the difference in your own life. It's on Amazon.com by Tia Rogers. It is the ebook. So that's going to be the ebook guide that I'm going to be trying to relay across to you all as I put it all together. It's been an amazing journey. I would not trade it for anything. I'm glad that I made the shift when I did, because it was best for me. And all I'm here to do is to help others to find their way and navigate through to find out what's best for their life. And as we go along, I hope that we will get to know one another better. And I'm looking forward to coming together with you all soon. As you know, there is a date for December 13th where I am inviting you to be my personal guest. And again, to be my personal guest to a live presentation. One, we must connect in some kind of way. I reach out via inbox. I did a little bit of that today. I talk belly to belly. I talk to whomever I could find at the time who's listening. Most times I'm listening to hear, to see what's going on, to see if what I have will help better you and help put you in a better space. But we navigate, guys. We navigate. And navigating, you have to hold yourself accountable, as well as also find those that are doing what you want to do. You can follow them, take notes, um, and try to implement some of what you're learning from them and implement it into your own life. So with that being said, this is take one of Finding Your Way Blueprint. So we'll see how it all turns out. And again, if you have a plan, if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you are suffering from a financial hardship, if you are going through some personal things and you want to talk to someone, all that is available to you. So feel free to reach out, and we'll set something up. Maybe, let me see, as I'm thinking now. Maybe I'll put my appointment calendar underneath the post for this one. So that way you guys can set up a 30-minute strategy session with me. In 30 minutes, we're going to figure at least something out. At least we're going to know where we need to begin. How about that? That's a good start. So we'll start this off with a free 30-minute session. And I know people say nobody really values anything for free. But when it's good information and someone takes their time to offer it, it's up to you to take advantage of it. I'm one that have experienced free, paid, you know, and to me, there's been value in both. But I'm not you, you're you, and you have to decide which direction and which way you want your life to go. That's not my job to tell you how your life should go. I'm just going to share my journey with you of how I started this thing from scratch, basically. And I say that all the time. I had $500 and I invested that $500 into my first company. And I've been investing ever since. And I do not regret not one thing, but I'm looking forward to bringing you more information, more things to explore. So if you stick with me, you'll find out. And if you're open to learning more, I'm going to give you as much value as I can. I'm going to bring it to you as well as I can, the best of my ability. As I said, that I'm learning all this as I'm going, and it's been a lot. So, but I'm very proud to be where I am right now. And the Neural Gym Inner is excellent. Peter Sage program, the Ultimate Self Mastery program, excellent program, which I'm happy to say that I think it's I'm happy and sad at the same time because graduation time is coming up from the course. We've been at it for 6 months, perfecting our skills, and it's a little sad to go, but now that means that I got to implement it. I got to put it into play. And as I figure all this stuff out, I'm bringing it to you. John Latijan, thank you for your entrepreneurship program as well. Excellent program. All these programs are ending. This coming up for January. So as the shift is coming and I'm learning and I'm evolving myself and I'm trying to bring it to you as I'm getting it, bear with me, guys. Be gentle because I'm gonna be graceful with myself. I know that it may be kind of run on-ish or whatever, and maybe this is unprofessional to you, but I'm trying to be as authentic and honest as possible with you from where I'm at in this standpoint. And if you're willing to bet on yourself and you're interested in getting uncomfortable more and growing and stretching, then I'm willing to walk that path with you. I may be ahead of you a little bit more because I started before you, but trust and believe, as you on board, you have a good guide. You have a guide that is going to be there to help you get through some of life challenges or some of the hurdles and obstacles that you get through that you may face when you're betting on yourself, deciding to invest in yourself in a variety of areas. So I'm looking forward to a wonderful journey. And you already have what you need to do, what you need to do to make your life great. Sometimes we don't see it ourselves. Sometimes others see it before we see it. But if you're looking for it, it's looking for you. So with that being said, don't give up on your dreams. Plan, go for it, and be in tune to what you're feeling. Be in tune to how your thoughts are going, because that's going to kind of play a part in your behavior and how you move. So we want to move the best way that we can. We're not perfect because nothing in life is perfect, but we're going to do our best. And with that being said, have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen here. And again, I'm Tia Rogers, so we'll be coming back together again, guys. Thanks so much. Let me know if this resonated with anyone. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Oh, wait a minute. Have a blessed, amazing, wonderful week.